Well, you ready, Penny?
Yeah, y'all.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Mr. Tyler. It's my daughter Penny right here. Welcome back to art. It is so good to, well, kind of be with you. Things are a little different. You're all in class right now, aren't you? Isn't that awesome? How do you like the new room? The new art room? Yeah. All last year we were doing this from our homes. Now you're back in class. I can't wait to be back with you to do some art. But for now, we're going to keep doing this through this video here. So I got Penny right here. Again, I'm Mr. Tyler. And today's Meet the Master Artist. I think you've already been learning about this guy. Do you know his name? Paul.
Oh, yeah.
It's pronounced Paul Gauguin.
Yeah.
But it's spelled, he's from France, and he lived like 130 years ago. So that's him right there, Paul Gauguin. And let's see, what was he known? He was actually a friend of Vincent van Gogh. I think they had a little rocky relationship, though. You may have learned about him already. And what is he known for? He liked really bright colors. So all the primary and secondary colors, so reds and yellows and greens and blues. And the art piece that we're going to work on today, he was inspired by a lot of island scenes. So we're going to do a nice, calm, relaxing island scene. So picture yourself on a beautiful beach next to the ocean with a couple palm trees and a nice breeze, maybe a nice cold drink from a coconut, something like that. Wouldn't that be yummy? Okay. So what we're going to need, let's see. You need, we're going to do oil pastels, so you all should have some of those getting ready. You're going to have a little piece of napkin or something to wipe your fingers. We do need a pencil just for the beginning, and you'll have your black piece of construction paper. So let's do first step. Turn your paper over. There's a little bit more about our artist, Paul Gauguin, and write your name right there on your paper.
Of course, write your name.
Yeah, so go ahead, write your name, everybody. And I guess your number too, right? You always put your number whenever you write your name?
Not always.
Oh, I don't even have a number. Okay, so then flip it over, and we're gonna have our paper vertically. Yeah, let me just help make sure yours. So Penny, my assistant, will be right here on the screen down there. So we have our paper. Got that out of the way? Okay, so we're gonna start with some background. Watch me first for all of these. It might be good to just watch and then you try, okay? So let's first make the background. Let's plan out where our sand will be. And one of the things about this with Paul Gauguin, you can choose what you would think of as normal colors for trees and sand and water, but you can also go wild and just choose any color at all. So if you say, well, sand is normally brown and you like brown, go for it. You say, you know what, I want to have fun and make it purple. You can also do that. So I think I'm going to make mine red, for instance. So let's plan out a little bit of where we're going to make a horizon line. So we're going to have some water and then some sand in the foreground and some trees in the very foreground. So we're just going to kind of mark out a little bit, very lightly, where everything's going to be. I'm going to kind of go on the left side of my page, about 2 fingers up. Can you do that? Put a little dot right there. And then kind of onto the other side, not almost to the halfway mark, but not quite. A little bit further down, put a little dot right there. Okay. Now, we can go ahead and do this maybe with a small piece. So if your piece isn't small enough, you might need to break it. I would break it about the length of 1 digit of your finger, right? So from the crease to the top, crease to the tip. So break a piece of, if you want yellow sand, just break a little piece off, about that big. Great. So now, so maybe watch me first, Penny, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold it vertically and keep it vertical the whole time. And what I'm gonna do is kind of rub it across this way, very lightly, from one end to the other, make it a nice little curve. And do it light. We're just going to kind of trace where it's going to be, and then later we're going to shade it in darker, but we want the we're gonna put some trees in front of this. So we just want it to go kind of light so you kind of know where the sand is. So just a quick little, yeah, there you go. Okay, put that down, and then we're gonna make some, a straight horizon line in the background for the sea. And you know what, this time I'm gonna pick blue, but you can choose any color for the sea. You know what, actually, I think I want my sea to be gray.
I want my sea to be green.
Okay.
Because the sea has seaweed.
So maybe a little higher than that tall part on the right. Just make a nice straight line, kind of right across there. Hold it vertically. It should be a small piece vertically, and just rub it straight across. There you go. Okay, so let's leave that alone for now, and we'll come back to that a little bit later. Yeah. Okay, so now pick a nice dark color. It could be brown, it could be any color. This is gonna be the trunk. We're gonna make 2 palm trees. We're gonna start by making the trunks with 1 quick line each. And so don't do it ahead of time. So watch me, listen to the video before you try this, but let's start by picking a color. Think, what color do you want the trunk of your tree? You pick that kind of what would you call that color?
Tan.
Tan, gold. I'm gonna choose, I think my trunk is gonna be, oh, it's hard to tell. Oh, I'm gonna do purple this time.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're gonna kind of visualize. We want to make 2 trunks that are gonna kind of curve down toward the sand into the foreground. So they're going to, let me show you up here. They're gonna start above in the sky, and they're gonna end below your sand line in the sand. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So here, watch me, Penny, for one. I'm gonna hold a small piece, so you should break off a piece of whatever color you chose for the trunk. That's small, right? You got, oh, perfect, okay. Hold it, what is this? Horizontally, and then you're gonna go down vertically, but keep the pastel horizontal the whole time. So I'm gonna put it kind of up here near the top, and I'm just gonna, with one motion, try not to go a lot of motions, one motion, just push down and go, kind of curve it down and end in the sand down there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you're gonna push down from the top, keep it horizontal, curve down, end in the sand. Perfect. So now I'll show you over here on Penny's. So that's great. I would say we're gonna do another one that starts right around here, curves down and ends right around there. So they don't crisscross, but they'll start over here and again, curve and end down. So they're kind of growing next to each other. Wonderful, excellent. Yeah, that's great. And you did that just with one nice motion, right? So you kept your crayon horizontally, pushed it down. Here, I'll show you mine over here. Mine doesn't show up as much because I used really dark colors, but Penny shows up really well. Good job. Okay, so we got our trunk. Let's see. I think the next thing we'll do are the branches.
Okay.
So we're gonna put maybe 5 branches coming out of the top of each one of these trunks. So again, I wanna have you watch me and then I'll tell you when to do it. Okay, Penny?
Okay.
So for this, you can pick any color you want. You can do like a normal green or anything. I'm gonna do, oh, I don't know, orange. So I would say we're gonna do with kind of like a pencil. You don't need to break these ones, but just with the tip of your crayon, start at the top of the trunk, and we're gonna do kind of like 5 nice curving spokes coming out. So just lines coming out. I'll show you. So Penny, watch me first. I'm starting in the middle, and I'm just gonna kind of go out like this, about, you know, what is that, a finger's length. So I'm gonna go out, maybe 2 to the right and 3 to the left, or 3 to the right, 2 to the left, something kind of like that. Yeah, there you go. You can go some short, some long, kind of fill up the whole space up there in the sky.
Can I put more than 5?
You can. Yeah, you can do a few more if it looks like it'll work. And then, so that was great. And then, so do the same thing, same color over with the other trunk. And they can even overlap. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and I'll show you mine here. So see, they're kind of, the leaves are overlapping each other in the middle. So are yours a little bit?
No.
That's great. So Penny, you did blue, I did orange. So everyone hopefully did that. You just did the branches of these leaves going out. Next, we're gonna put all the leaves on these branches. And the leaves of the palm tree, they're gonna kind of start on the branch and just kind of droop down toward the ground, right? So I'm gonna use the same color to start. And we're actually gonna fill this with a bunch of different colors. So
I'm gonna make mine rainbow.
So pick the same color and watch this, Penny. So watch me, everyone, before you try it. I'll actually do it over here. So look down in the corner there. So I'm gonna just start here and a quick little kind of curved line that goes from the branch down toward the bottom, and keep a little space. You don't have to fill in everything. You can kind of just put a bunch of little lines. You can go fast, you can go slow, but just a bunch of little lines kind of starting at the branch, curving down toward the bottom. And see how I'm keeping, there's a little bit of black space in between each one because we're gonna fill those in with even more color. So keep doing that. So Penny, you go ahead. Yeah, so take your time with this. Go ahead and just fill in each branch with those colors. Awesome. I like working with pastels, they're so bright.
What next?
Awesome. Okay, now we're gonna pick like 2 or 3 more colors and just go back through and add more leaves of different colors. So I'm gonna pick like pink for my next color. I did orange, I'm gonna do pink. The same kind of motions, just fill up some more of that space on the leaves. So you can watch me, Penny. So I'm same kind of motion, I'm starting at the branch and just kind of putting a few more leaves coming out of all of these branches. And so do that, pick like 2 or 3 more colors. So I'm gonna start with pink over here. And then maybe I'll add some, I don't know, green or red, you know, whatever colors you like. Which colors do you think will go the best with with what your picture's already looking like? So Penny, you picked green, excellent.
Then I'm gonna do more colors.
Yeah, so I did a little bit of pink there. And I don't know, I'm gonna pick some green, some dark green as well.
Then
Ooh, I like that. How are you all doing? Putting some nice color on your leaves.
I'm just gonna put this.
Yeah.
Now it looks cool.
Okay, so now I want us to do one more bit of detail on these leaves. We are gonna, so Penny, help me figure this out. Do you, and you all can choose, do you want the sun to be shining from the right side or the left side? We're not gonna draw the sun in this picture, but just imagine, is the sun coming from the right or the left? What do you think?
I don't want to draw the sun.
Where would the sun be coming from? Because we're going to make some shadows. So pick right or left, Penny.
Here.
So it's coming from this way. So that means what, the left side of your page would be lighter or darker than the right side of your page if the sun was shining from the left.
I think this side. Well, this side might be lighter.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be shadows of the trees.
Yeah,
here.
exactly. So we're gonna, so pick a side. Which side are you imagining the sun shining from? And that side, we want to make these leaves and this side of the trunk a little lighter. So you can choose like your light yellow or even your white. And then just very lightly, just a few little marks, but I'm gonna put a few like lines of white, maybe a long, even the line of the branch there too. Just a little bit. On that side, and maybe even coming down here a little bit on that side of my trunk, and then maybe pick a dark color like a brown or maybe a black and even just add a little bit of shade on the opposite side. Okay, now let's go back and we're going to shade in the background. So we kind of did those lines to begin with, but what color did you choose for the ocean?
I use dark green.
So you can use a couple different colors, but let's start with the color you chose. So I chose gray, you chose green. For this one, find that little piece you used, keep it vertical, and this one I would just put a bunch of short horizontal lines. Don't cover the tree trunk this time. So go up to the trunk and stop and then go behind the trunk. But the more lines, the more pattern you make back there, it kind of starts to look like there's some waves maybe. Right? And you can have different colors as well. So if you have some green, you can put some light green, you can put a little bit of blue.
White for like the foamy part of the waves.
Yeah, there you go, a little foam. So just kind of color in that background a little bit so you have a nice ocean. Yeah, I like that. So see how you have those vertical lines and you just keep pushing little lines to make some pattern back there. That's great.
Then show this for the sun.
Yeah. So now let's do the same thing with your sand. So go back and remember what color did you choose for that sand. And you don't want to cover the trunk of your tree because those are in the very front. So just stay behind the tree, but color in all that sand. Do that same thing where you have your crayon that's broken. Keep it vertical the whole time and just go nice lines following the motion of the sand. And you can put a little texture in there too by keep going over it a couple times. So remember where we put our sun. You put it on which side again? The left.
Yeah.
So the sand is going to have a shadow, right, from these trees. So maybe behind the trees where the shadow would be falling, try to, just with some pressure, you can make that sand darker. Put a little shadow there. You can even change up your colors a little bit. So I can put maybe, a lighter color on one side and put a bunch of different colors on the sand and then give it a little darker shade on the back side. So we're just practicing shading our sand like that. That looks great. Now, if we have some time, we can add even just a little bit more detail. I think, yeah, maybe a lot of palm trees have coconuts. You could put some coconuts up there. Yeah. I think maybe the first thing you could do, grab some green or any color and add some little grass tufts right at the trunk of the tree to make it look like, oh, it's growing out of some nice grass. And then maybe climb up that coconut palm tree and add some coconuts up there.
I'm gonna put some grass on the sand. Sometimes sand has grass.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, add a little grass. So that's pretty much it, class. Thanks for joining us. If you still have time in your class and you're not ready to clean up yet, you can actually just spend some more time adding more detail here. You could add a little crab scurrying along the sand. You could maybe color in the sky back there really lightly, add a bird or something. So if you have some time and your teacher lets you, you can just keep adding some detail on there. Make this painting your own. But just imagine, hopefully you feel like nice and rested this week, just like this scene here. If I was in this place, I would feel very rested. I would have a nice cool drink of coconut water, would be watching the waves. Just imagine yourself taking all that in, having a little rest this week. Wouldn't that be fun?
This makes it look like it's at night.
It is kind of at night. Maybe it's time to rest. Well, hope you had a great week, and we'll see you next time. You want to say goodbye, Penny?
Bye.
See ya. You might be in the class right now.
Yeah.
That would be funny. All right. Bye, everyone.